Have you ever noticed that part of you that seems to have a mind of its own? A kind of secret force that occasionally takes over, derailing your best plans or making you react in ways you don't even understand. That intense anger in traffic, the procrastination that hits right when you need focus the most, or that twinge of envy you feel but would never admit out loud. What if I told you this isn't a design flaw? That this force, operating behind the scenes, is actually one of the most powerful keys to your personal growth. In this video, I'll share 5 practical exercises to unlock the door to your hidden side, not to fight it, but to finally understand why you do what you do. We love to think we know ourselves 100%. We build a polished image of ourselves, a persona. We show the world the competent professional, the ever-reliable friend, the model child. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the surface lies a vast, unexplored territory, a part of us that operates on autopilot, driven by desires, fears, and traits we'd rather hide, even from ourselves. Swiss psychologist Carl Jung, a titan in the study of the human mind, gave this place a name: the shadow. For Jung, the shadow is the archetype representing our other self, the side our conscious ego doesn't like to acknowledge. It's where we shove everything we deem primitive, unacceptable, or ugly: our anger, envy, greed, and deepest fears. When you do something and think, "Wow, that wasn't like me," you can bet it's your shadow saying hello. Here's the game changer most people miss. The shadow isn't inherently bad, it's just repressed. And when we repress these parts, they don't disappear. Instead, we give them the power to control us without us noticing. They slip out in moments of stress, show up in our dreams, and, most importantly, get projected onto others. That thing that irritates you most about someone, chances are, it's a reflection of a part of your shadow you refuse to see. The good news: shining a light on this darkness isn't a horror movie. It's an act of courage, and the only path to becoming truly whole. Integrating your shadow isn't about becoming a bad person, it's about becoming a complete one. It means gaining deeper self-awareness, fewer inner conflicts, more authentic relationships, and, as a bonus, unlocking immense creative energy. Today, we'll start this journey together. Our first exercise is a true soul X-ray, mapping your emotional triggers. The idea is simple: what destabilizes you defines you. Your exaggerated reactions are neon arrows pointing straight to what's hiding in your shadow. How to do it? For the next week, carry a notebook or use your phone's notes app. Your mission is to become a detective of your own emotions. Whenever you feel a disproportionate reaction, sudden anger, sharp envy, paralyzing shame, or even admiration bordering on idolatry, pause and write it down. Don't judge or analyze in the moment. Just describe the trigger as rawly as possible. For example, a colleague presented my idea in a meeting and took the credit. I felt boiling anger and a sense of injustice. Or, saw a friend's post about traveling to my dream destination, felt a mix of envy and sadness. Note the situation, the person, and the exact emotion. The insight behind the exercise: by the end of the week, you'll have a map. Review your notes and look for patterns. Is there a type of person who always gets under your skin? A situation that consistently brings you down? These patterns are your shadow communicating through projections. Projection is a defense mechanism where we attribute traits we don't accept in ourselves to others. If someone's arrogance drives you up the wall, maybe there's a repressed, arrogant part of you craving attention. If another's success sparks envy, it might be a call to pursue your own ambitions. This map is the first step to stop blaming the world and start understanding your universe. Now that you know where your shadow tends to show up, the next step is to have a chat with it. It might sound a bit wild, but trust me, this is a powerful active imagination exercise, adapted from Jung's work, to bring the unconscious into the light. How to do it? Find a quiet place where you won't be interrupted for 15 to 20 minutes. Close your eyes, take deep breaths, and relax. Now, visualize your shadow. It doesn't have to be a monster. It could be a younger version of you, an animal, a geometric shape, or the personification of the emotion from the previous exercise: your envy, your anger. Once you have the image, start a dialogue. Ask directly, what do you want from me? Why do you always show up at these moments? What are you afraid of? What are you trying to protect me from? After asking, quiet your critical mind and listen. Let the answers come as thoughts, sensations, or new images. Approach this shadow with compassion, like it's a scared child who doesn't know how to express itself. The goal isn't to win an argument, it's to understand. You can do this in your head, or write it in a journal like a script. The insight behind the exercise. This exercise forces you to step back from the emotion and see it as a part of you, not the whole of you. By giving your shadow a voice, you start to uncover the unmet needs behind your self-sabotaging behaviors. Maybe your procrastination isn't laziness, but a paralyzing fear of failure. Maybe your anger is a clumsy way of setting boundaries you struggle to enforce clearly. Talking to your shadow is the start of making peace with it. There's a gut punch of a phrase in psychology. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. I'd add, and everything we admire, too. This exercise uses the people in your life as mirrors for the gold and lead in your shadow. How to do it? Take a sheet of paper and divide it into 2 columns. In the first, list 3 to 5 people you deeply admire, celebrities, mentors, friends, or even fictional characters. Next to each name, write the specific qualities you admire most. Be detailed, not just courage, but the courage to stand up for what they believe in, even when everyone's against them. In the second column, do the opposite. List 3 to 5 people who get on your nerves, people who irritate or unsettle you, or whose vibe just doesn't click. Again, be specific about what bothers you. Not just arrogant, but the way they act, like they own the truth and interrupt others. The insight behind the exercise. The first column, your idols, reveals your golden shadow, the positive qualities and untapped potential you haven't yet claimed, so you project them onto others. The courage you see in your mentor is an echo of your own courage. The creativity you love in that artist mirrors your own creative potential. The second column, your enemies, reflects your classic shadow. The traits that repulse you in others are often the exact qualities you've suppressed in yourself because you think they're wrong. This doesn't mean you're identical to the person you dislike. It means that quality exists in you to some degree, and because you deny it so fiercely, your reaction is explosive when you see it in someone else. Recognizing this isn't admitting defeat, it's liberation. It frees you from the power these people have over your emotions. We don't discover who we truly are when life is easy, but when we're forced to make tough choices. This exercise is a crucible that reveals what you truly value when the stakes are high. How to do it? Picture this scenario. You're in an emergency and can only help one person. In front of you, 4 people need immediate help. A scared young child, a frail elderly person, a doctor with her medical bag, likely heading to another emergency, and someone you love deeply, a partner, family member, or best friend. You can only choose one. Answer quickly. Who's your instinctive choice? After choosing, reflect and write down why. What was the split-second reasoning behind your decision? There's no right or wrong answer here. The gold is in the why, the insight behind the exercise. Your choice reveals your unconscious priorities. The child may indicate a strong protective instinct, valuing innocence and the future. Your shadow might hide a deep fear of vulnerability or a need to be the hero. The elderly person points to respect for experience, wisdom, and ancestry. You might value tradition and feel responsible for past generations. Your shadow could fear aging or mortality. The doctor, a logical choice focused on the greater good. It suggests you value reason and collective impact. Your shadow might suppress a more emotional, less practical side. The loved one highlights loyalty and personal bonds as your highest values. You prioritize close connections. Your shadow might harbor a crippling fear of loss or difficulty putting logic over emotion. No choice is better than another. It's just data valuable insight into what truly drives you in a pinch. The final exercise is a creative dive to tie everything together. We spend our lives chasing our best self. Now, let's do the opposite. How to do it? Set aside 30 minutes and prepare to write a short first-person story. But the protagonist isn't you, it's your anti-self. This character embodies everything you repress. If you pride yourself on being organized, your anti-self is pure chaos. If you're diplomatic and avoid conflict, your anti-self is brutally honest and loves a fight. If you're cautious, they're impulsive and reckless. Give this character a name. Describe a day in their life. What do they do when they wake up? How do they treat people? What decisions do they make about their career, relationships, or money? Don't shy away from worst-case scenarios. It's just fiction, no one will read it. The rule is clear. No judgment. The insight behind the exercise. By giving life to your opposite, You let the repressed parts of your mind play in a safe space. Something curious happens. First, you might find that some of your anti-self's qualities aren't so bad. Maybe their impulsiveness is the spontaneity you lack. Maybe their brutal honesty is a way of setting boundaries you need to learn. The shadow holds not just your weaknesses, but also your greatest undeveloped strengths. Second, by writing about these behaviors, you bring them out of the forbidden realm and into your consciousness, reducing their power over you. As Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. By practicing these 5 exercises, mapping your triggers, dialoguing with your shadow, playing the game of idols and enemies, facing the impossible decision, and writing your anti-self, you won't erase your hidden side. That was never the goal. The goal is integration. The journey of self-discovery isn't about becoming a perfect, radiant person, it's about becoming whole. It's about understanding that light and darkness coexist within you, and it's in the dance of these two forces that you become more authentic, stronger, and, ultimately, freer. By embracing your shadow, you reclaim the control it had over you, turning sabotage into a source of wisdom and power. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these exercises hit you the hardest? Which one are you going to try first? Drop it in the comments side. Love to read and follow your journey. Your experience might just be the light someone else needs. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more tools to navigate the map of the human mind, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Every week, there's new content to help you navigate the adventure of being you.